From the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, welcome to March. As my friend Neil used to say, March the 1st. And no, March is not coming in like a lion this year. March is coming in like a lamb. And with that in mind, how about we head over and talk to our good friend Kim Baer and talk about the activities that you are going to witness a lot in the next couple of days outside and some liabilities that go along with that. Hello, Kim. How are you?
Hi, Lou. How are you?
Oh, we are getting ready to enjoy the awesome weather outside today and tomorrow, but you have to be careful because when weather gets like this, we get a lot of people going outside and biking and running and walking, and that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, I thought exactly. I thought with the weather, it'd be nice just to talk about what happens if you're outside and you're riding your bicycle, you're taking a walk, or you're riding or you're jogging, and you get hit by a car. A lot of people know that you can make a claim, obviously, against the car who hit you, but a lot of people don't realize that you may also be covered by your own car insurance.
Okay, your own insurance, for if you do have car insurance, will cover you. How does that work?
Yeah, so most car insurance, and you'll have to check your policy, but most car insurance covers you if you are hit in any way by another motor vehicle. So it covers you outside of your vehicle. So when you're out riding your bike or you're walking or jogging, if you get hit by a car, most likely your insurance will cover you, and you're going to want to make sure that you do have what's called underinsurance coverage. So.
All right, yeah, we talked about that a couple of times, and no, you are not an insurance person. Let's clarify that. But you are saying that this is really something that you really need to look into, right?
Yes. You know, everybody that works on my team will tell you that once they started working at the Baer Law Office, they saw how important underinsurance coverage was. They all went out and either got it or added it to their policy or increased it. So you just need to look at your policy. It's not very expensive, and it covers you if you're hit by somebody who doesn't have car insurance, doesn't have enough car insurance, you want to make sure your policy limits are pretty high too. So that way you've got coverage.
Well, maybe people had conversations and they had the term med pay come up. Is that the same thing?
MedPay is separate, and so that's also another benefit you can pay for that will help you immediately. So if you're hurt, it will jump in to help pay for your medical bills. And the other thing I just don't think people realize, in Iowa, the minimum liability limits are $20,000. And so if you're riding your bike and you get hit by a car and you end up in the hospital, that $20,000 is not going to go very far.
Oh, not nowadays. So again, very, very important to check on your policies about that too. But we were talking right there about if you were riding a bike. What if you are just going out for a walk and something like this happens where you get clipped?
Right. Yeah, exactly. So the same thing applies if you're walking, if you're out jogging, if you're just out, enjoying the beautiful weather, and for some reason you get hit by a car, and then you can make these types of claims. And sometimes we're dealing with cases where somebody's been hit and the driver keeps going. So sometimes we have hit and runs, and then it's even more important to have your own insurance coverage. So it's just one of those things that a lot of people don't think about.
All right. Also, something else I want to make sure that we mention, too, because you being in the position that you are in, you have to take some of these cases to court. Now, if somebody is walking or they are jogging and they get hit by a vehicle and they're not using the crosswalk, how much of a difference maker is that in a case like this? Because I know some states, we've heard stories that you can step off the curb and you're okay to cross the street. But is that the case in Iowa?
That's not the case in Iowa. If your parents always told you when you were little, make sure you walk in the crosswalk, there's a reason for that. In Iowa, if you're not in the crosswalk and you're either jaywalking or maybe you think you're going to save some time and dart in between cars and you get hit, there's a good chance that that accident could be partially your fault or even all your fault, because that you didn't give the driver enough notice to be able to see you. So it's just so important that you stay in the crosswalks and that you follow the lights.
All right, very, very important information. All right, if people need to get a hold of you, forbid anything happening, hopefully, but in case anything does happen and they need to talk with you to get some advice, what's the easiest way they can reach out to you?
Yeah, you can always give us a call at 515-INJURED or our 515-279-2000. We're always happy to talk to people. Sorry if it's under these circumstances, but we're here if you need us.
All right, Kim, well, you get out and enjoy the weather the next couple of days, and we will talk to you next time.
Okay, thanks, Lou.
All right, thank you so much. There it is, Kim Baer from the Baer Law Office.